Good day to you one and all, it is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again, direct and live, not live, but direct from glorious Alicante. We're playing a festival called Rock Imperium, because it's a rock festival here in Spain. So I thought this would be a fitting locale with which to address the elephant in the room, the new Extreme release, Beautiful Girls. Came out to a mixed reception, I would say. I've had text messages from luminaries in the rock world going, have they lost their minds? What are they doing? This is like a reggae song or something. They've completely lost the plot. Which is an understandable reaction to something that's obviously going to be a musical departure. But at the same time, isn't it just a bit of fun? So the question that I'm determined to answer today is Beautiful Girls by Extreme more than turds? Justin Hawkins rides again on location in Spain. Alright, Extreme, Beautiful Girls came out on the 13th of June. Extreme formed in 1985 in Boston, Massachusetts as a four-piece hard rock band. They've produced 6 studio albums, nowhere near enough really. Their second one, Porno Graffiti, came out in 1990 and it featured an acoustic ballad which in the 34 years since its release has racked up more than 751 million views on YouTube. I'm talking, of course, about the classic More Than Words. More than words is all you have to. Beautiful Girls is from the album 6 and it's been described as the summer anthem of 2024. It's the 8th video from that album, which came out in June last year, and it was directed by the guitar player Nuno Betancourt, who is probably the greatest guitar player on earth today, and film producer René Regal. And ahead of its release, the band posted on their website asking fans to be a part of Extreme's Beautiful Girls video shoot, and it read, "Calling all the lovely ladies out there, we would like to invite you to be in the new..." Not with that accent, probably. Yeah, with that accent. "Calling all the lovely ladies out there, we would like to invite you to be in the new Extreme video for Beautiful Girls, where we will be celebrating all women." All the lovely ladies had to do was be over 18, available on the day of the shoot in LA, and to upload a photo. Some people have criticised the video for being sexy. Sexist. While others have seen it as Nuno's nod to Van Halen's 1979 track, Beautiful Girls. So Ink Jorbas wrote, "Men singing an ode to beautiful women in this day and age. Love it." Elsewhere on the worldwide interweb, Michael writes, "I've seen other sites bashing this video and song for being sexist, which makes me hate people. This is a fun song and a fun video, nothing sexist about it. If this was 1989, it would have been a massive hit." I can't call it a genuine first listen response because I have had a little sneaky peek at it, just because of so many people texting me going, "What the fuck is going on?" And I think none of the criticisms that I've seen have been relating to sexism. It's more that it's reggae, you know, and it's Extreme doing reggae. Which even then, like Led Zeppelin did a reggae song called Jamaica, or Jamaica, that's how it's pronounced. You see what they've done there? And I would like to do a reggae song called No, She Went of Her Own Accord. I'm going to watch the video and get to the bottom of this. Okay, so the first thing you see on the video is a lovely tile that says, "You are unique, ... in body and soul. Here's to all the women round the world." But unfortunately, they put it on the wrong end of the word. It goes round apostrophe, whereas it should be, you know, an inverted comma at the top of around, if you see what I mean. So it should say apostrophe round the world. Let me check that. Does it come in on the 1? Yeah, there is a kick on the 1, but this crash happens after the one, which suggests that it's reggae, because nothing really happens on the one in true reggae. The chord sequence is pretty similar relationally to, you know, With or Without You by U2 and a million other songs. You can't really take umbrage with that because it's in so much stuff, you know. It would be, if it was in D, no, I think it's in E, so I'd suggest it's probably E, B, C sharp minor, yeah, A. It's a fairly off-trod chord sequence, regardless of which note it starts on. There's Pat Badger with a seafoam green, but in a metallic finish bass, and a shirt that tones with that, an Aloha shirt that tones with it. Pat Badger is a dear friend of mine, so I'm desperate to find something in this that's awesome. And it does have a little sort of flavour of some Johnny Nash. Yeah, so far, so reggae. And it's nice to hear like these guitar parts played in what I call the naive style, where, you know, if you're a guitar player with Nuno's ability, you're basically Alexander the Great, Alexander of Macedonia, surveying the lands that he's conquered and realizing to his despair that there are no more lands left to conquer, and weeping salt tears as he surveys his kingdom. And I think that's what Nuno's done here. Is there's nothing he can't do with a guitar, so I don't know, he's regressing to a sort of a less on this, the parts that he's playing are less laden with expression. I'm talking about vibrato and you know, dynamic play. These are some of the criticisms that I've levelled at John Frusciante in the past, and everyone gets up in my shit because I'm not a big fan of John Frusciante's guitar playing. That doesn't mean I'm being disrespectful, just observing the differences between guitar players. You know, some of us play properly and some of us don't. I'm not joking, I'm not laughing.
There are so many beautiful girls all around the world.
And I think I overheard somebody watching this and remarking on it as they did so, and one of the things that they said was that it's very wet. You know, it's a pretty chilled concept. The idea of anybody getting upset about sexism when there's a chorus that's as wet as that, I mean, it's like, come on guys, you're really looking for holes to pick in it if you think this is sexist. And anyway, what's wrong with being sexy? Sorry, that's a Spinal Tap joke that I've already done.
There are so many beautiful, beautiful girls. Pack my bags, hit the road, gonna search the world.
I mean, it's wet, it's reggae, and it's very, very old-fashioned. But at the same time, they're parodying the Beach Boys. So how are you supposed to contextualize that? Is it just a bit of fun? I think it's a bit of fun. Use the comment section below. What do you think, guys?
It's in the sun. Could she really be the one?
Yeah, I think it's important to recognise the way the people are participating in this video, because as they're sort of obliged to parade one by one in front of the band that are playing, they're not doing it in a way that seems sort of self-conscious. I think this is pretty wholesome, actually.
There are so many beautiful girls.
But it is shit at the same time. Yeah, it is shit. It's really shit. But I mean, one thing that I did wonder is, like, as it is the end of the 6th campaign, like doing something like this that's obviously a departure, obviously a summer thing, and if they're declaring it to be a summer anthem, it's kind of like, this could be one of those situations where an A&R man has said, you know what, lads, you might have a summer hit on your hands if you do a video for this one. I think if Extreme trusted their instincts, they'd be doing stuff that sounds like Extreme. Although having said that, there's always a Queen influence in Extreme songs. I know that they're enormously enthusiastic about Queen, and one of the things that I love about Queen, and probably they do too, is the eclectic nature of their early releases, especially the albums that came out in the 70s. They're covering all sorts of musical ground. Yeah, and I think this is just them going, yeah, we want to do a reggae song, we'll do a fucking reggae song. And then, unfortunately, the record company's gone, yeah, you're wrong, lads, that's not a B-side, that's a single. And they're wrong. This shouldn't have happened.
California
I mean, first of all, California girls, I wish they all could be. I mean, obviously that's in reference to I wish they... I mean, I don't even need to say it. But they've combined that with the image of a Pamela Anderson archetype, beauty archetype, sat atop the umpire's chair, presumably passing judgment on a game of beach volleyball or water polo that's happening. I don't know. It's really weird to see that washburn. It's got the sort of Bumblebee, Frankenstein, Eddie Van Halen finish on it almost, but a washburn headstock on it, which is obviously, washburn is the axe of choice if you're Nuno Betancourt. Wow, I think that sort of flurry, that salvo of notes at the end of that solo, I think every note is designed to represent one of the women that Gary is referring to. So there's too many of them, you know, in so little time. That's what I think Gary hints at in the next section.
Girls, too little time, how do I know which one to make mine?
Now there's a very, very old-fashioned point of view. I think that's Gary saying, too many girls, too little time, how do I know which one to make mine? And first of all, I think Gary, if I could offer a little advice, man to man, what you're looking for here is a partner, an equal, somebody to spend the rest of your days with. Somebody to travel with and experience culture. Somebody who makes everything taste sweeter and every experience in your life more fulfilling. It's not somebody to make yours. Because ultimately, freedom is the truest expression of love. Onwards.
Small town, beautiful butterfly. Other girls out there will make a man cry.
There's a lot of girls that make men cry. There is.
You'll be
Some people pay good money for that as well. I should stop with that stuff.
queens and all the pretty pigments in
I'm as bad as these guys. Actually, I'm not as bad as these guys.
queen kittens, cougar, southern
I
belle.
don't like that pointing at people. Cromwellian sourpuss, stony-faced Cromwellian sourpuss, buxom medieval wench. Just pointing at people and naming the beauty archetype that they belong to is, again, a little bit old-fashioned, I think.
Know what I do if I had a magic wand, I'd wave it. Have my wish come true.
I think that magic wand, I'd wave it thing is a euphemistic reference to his, you know, little Gary? Probably not.
If I had a magic wand, I'd wave it.
But he does go on to talk about waving it. I don't know.
All around the world, all around.
And there's my dear friend Pat Badger, who seems to have commandeered the hat from the man from Del Monte and is now mixing cocktails in time with the reggae beat, to the delight of some more beautiful girls who are sitting at the bar.
All around the world, all around the world. There are so
I love that slide part. What's that reminding me of? It's from that Natalie Imbruglia song, the one about lying naked on the floor. From Torn by Natalie Imbruglia. It's a similar line.
I've been searching all around. I've been searching up and down.
I love it.
Up and down.
Oh, it's just a really great bit of singing in a really horrible song.
Beautiful, beautiful girls.
So, to summarise, what do you reckon, Dan? He loves it. Whew, shit, that was awesome. Nice one, Extreme. Great stuff. Justin Hawkins rides again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these two videos, and forgive me if you're an Extreme enthusiast, but nobody's perfect, and this is not their best work. All right, love you guys. See you later. All right.
Again.